Hey everybody, I'm Jesse. You're watching JLS Comics. Thanks for pressing play on the video. Today we're talking about the 2018 Disney film, A Wrinkle in Time, directed by Ava Duvernay. I just went to an early screening for it, and I gotta tell you, that theater was full. It was a lot of fun, great energy in there. They're really well coordinated with the Disney representative that was there. You know, taking the tickets, checking for phones, and what have you. And they did a good job about filling out the seats as well. So that was really cool. Glad I got to see it, so thank you for the opportunity. The director, Ava, came on film-wise before it opened, and she said that this is a movie that she really wanted to do. She was coming out of more serious films like Selma, for example, and she wanted to do something that embraced happiness and positivity, especially in the divisive world that we're living in now. And she said that this is very much a movie for the children, or to embrace your inner 12-year-old, your inner child. So if you're going to go see this, go with your family, enjoy it with the kids, watch their reactions to things, and embrace your inner child as well. So what did I think about this movie? It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It did follow along with the story that I remember from those books I read so many years ago. Madeleine L'Engle's Wrinkle in Time was something that really introduced me and a lot of other kids to the idea of quantum physics, the magical, inspirational world that unfolded in those books. And the sequel, A Wind in the Door. Actually, I remember the word mitochondria. That's the first time I heard the word mitochondria, and I still remember it thanks to Madeleine. So the standouts for the actors in this, for me, were Storm Reid. She played Meg Murray. We also had Reese Witherspoon, who played Mrs. Whatsit, Gugu Mbathu Raw, who played Mrs. Murray. I really liked their performances here. They were funny. They were quirky. They showed depth in their characters emotionally, especially Storm Reid, a young girl. She really brought through her character the idea of pain, emotional pain and hurt. Her dad is a scientist, of course, dabbling with his wife in quantum physics, quantum entanglement, superposition, all these quantum relativity concepts, duality there, and he taps into something, the Tesseract, and he disappears. He's gone for years. Kids at school are teasing her. She has her brother, Charles Wallace, played by Derek McCabe, who really loves her and kind of is very precocious and quirky in his own way. And she's kind of teased a little bit because of that. But she really brings that through. She's hurting and that pain. This is very much, while it's a journey through space and really through time, it's also a journey for Meg of self-discovery, accepting who you are, and learning that your weaknesses are not necessarily a bad thing. So that's something that she has to discover as she goes through her personal journey, while at the same time trying to find her father. We also had Calvin, who is the sort of interest for Meg. There's another kid there who just kind of came on the scene and kind of joined up with Charles Wallace and with Meg on the journey. Mrs. Witch was played by Oprah Winfrey, and Chris Pine was the father. Chris Pine was okay. Kind of felt like he was phoning it in a little bit at times, and Oprah was very much just, she was playing Oprah. We also had some really cool appearances by Zach Galifianakis and Michael Pena, who I really like. The funny, quirky, weird humor, especially with Zach Galifianakis. So that was cool to see him. The movie was beautiful. There were so many beautiful set pieces, CGI pieces. The cinematography was fantastic. I'm a very visual person. If you watch my reviews, you will notice that I am very heavy on the visual aspect of the films. And as I said, this is a very inspirational journey of self-discovery, so I like that. It did feel like this was, being that inspirational, uplifting film, it's very much within Disney's wheelhouse, and because of that, it felt a little bit like this could have been a Disney movie with a $103 million budget, which incidentally was what this happened to have. There was some clunky dialogue, and I don't know if that was the actual scripting or if that was some of the acting, which some were stronger than others, or maybe a combination of those two things. And I think that maybe I'm not giving enough credit to kids these days, but I think that quantum entanglement might be slightly difficult concept for them to grasp, and that is the target demographic, of course, for this movie. So I had a hard time with the third act and the it, the black thing, the black it, which is basically a embodiment of evil, which you realize, and I won't give anything away. The it's the embodiment of evil. The it had to do something and attach itself to a particular character. And despite suspension of disbelief, I had a hard time believing that this would have happened the way it did. So those are my, what I would have improved with the movie. So what do I give it for a rating? I give it a good, solid 7.0 out of 10. I did enjoy it. It wasn't phenomenal. I believe that if I was younger, I would have enjoyed it much more. If I had brought some kids with me or some family, I think that they would really think this is a fantastic movie. But what did you think of it? When you go to see it, let me know down below your thoughts, comments, ratings, and all that. This is Jesse here, JLS Comics, and this has been a movie review of The Wrinkle in Time.